I used my toxic family's own cruel lesson to destroy their lives. For years, I was the reliable family safety net, paying mortgages and loans while enduring their insults. But when my mother and sister targeted my sensitive son, Steve, forcing him to perform for a treat and leaving him bruised, I snapped. They thought I was too weak to fight back. They forgot who was paying for their entire lifestyle. My name is Jenna, and my son Steve, 7 years old, is a quiet, kind boy. For years, I had been the family's financial safety net and emotional punchline. My mother and my sister, Chloe, routinely belittled me, but I was the one paying their bills. I paid my parents' mortgage, bailed out Chloe countless times, and my mother had access to one of my credit cards for emergencies. Before Christmas, they promised to change, after an argument where I pointed out their constant, subtle cruelty toward me. I foolishly believed them. On Christmas Day, I had an urgent issue at work. I drove Steve to my parents' house first, promising to be back quickly. When I returned, the house was quiet. I found Steve crying in the hallway. My sister's 2 children, the girl 10 years old, and the boy 8 years old, were nearby, licking huge ice cream cones and giggling. "What happened, sweetie?" I asked Steve. He looked up, tears running down his face, and asked the question that shattered my heart. Why does Grandma hate me? He told me that Grandma gave Chloe's children ice cream. When he asked for some, she told him he had to sing and dance for them first, claiming, "If you don't perform, nothing for you." When he refused, she pushed him. I checked his arm and saw a faint, ugly bruise. As I took his hand, Chloe sauntered over. "Going already? That boy is so fragile. That's why my children will always be better." I didn't utter a word. I just led Steve out. As we drove away, my silence was the beginning of my meticulous plan. When we got home, my husband Mark saw Steve's bruise and immediately supported me. "They are done, Jenna. Whatever you need to do." I was calm, too calm. For the next week, I was a silent accountant. I calculated every penny, the mortgage payments over 5 years, the loans to Chloe she never repaid, the emergency charges on my mother's card, and the countless small debts. The final total was staggering, $325,350. My silent, calculated steps began. I immediately revoked my mother's access to my card. I called the mortgage officer and informed them I would no longer be making payments on my parents' house. I called a locksmith to change the locks on my own home. I cut off all their financial lifelines without a single warning. The family safety net had snapped. A month later, the consequences hit like a tidal wave. My father called, confused and slightly nervous, asking why the mortgage payment hadn't gone through and why the bank had called him. My mother called next, furious that her card was suddenly not working for her spa visit. Chloe called, asking for a quick loan for her children's school fees. I declined every call and every request calmly. I stopped answering. The next morning, I woke up to 61 missed calls and a barrage of texts, panic, rage, insults, and begging. They realized their primary source of income and security had vanished. An hour later, they were pounding on my front door. I looked through the peephole and saw my mother, my father, Chloe, and her children. "Jenna, open the door, we're family. You can't do this to us," they shouted. "Family helps family." I opened the door, a slow, icy smile spreading across my face. "You're right," I said sweetly. "I will help you." Their faces lit up with false relief. "But first," I continued, gesturing to the porch, "I need you to show me your best performance. If all of you dance and show me your best act, maybe I'll think about paying the bills." Their faces turned instantly red. "Is this still about Christmas?" My mother sputtered, enraged. "We've apologized. You can't hold a grudge against your own flesh and blood." I snapped. "You taught my son he had to be performative to be worthy of a simple treat. You taught him his love was conditional on him entertaining you. Now I'm asking you, the entitled adults, to do the same, and you're annoyed. Isn't that ironic? You don't like the lesson when the spotlight is on you." I closed the door gently. I was done being their safety net and their punchline. Their lives were crashing down because they valued cruelty over kindness, and I had used their own weapon to deliver the final devastating justice. I forced them to learn the cold lesson they taught my son. No performance, no reward.